Hello everyone, welcome to another stream of Black Mirror 2. So we made it past chapter 1, and we are pretty close to the end of chapter 2, I believe. So we are trying to, Angelina, I think that's her name, Angelina, or whoever her name was, got sent to jail for killing Mr. Fuller, who was stabbed like 10 to 12 times. So we are trying to prove her innocence. So not sure if we'll be able to do that. So we will continue on with this and see where the story takes us. And also we found out that our mother has some links back to the Black Mirror castle back in England. So there's that as well that's going on. So we'll be seeing what happens here. So hello everyone, welcome. Let's start. Chapter 2. Load this in. So when we left last time, there were birds here on the veranda here, and he was shooing them away. So we have breadcrumbs here that we probably could use on there. But let's go in the hotel first and talk to whatever his name is, the porter, and see if he has anything good to say before we see if that works.
Excuse me.
Yes, please.
You got a seagull problem here?
Wouldn't call it that. They kind of come with the coast. It's just, it would be nice if they kept away. In my opinion, they ought to be out on the ocean or on rocks on the coast, but not on my veranda. They've lost their fear of humans, and the hotel guests are always feeding them, especially with bits of fish. And then at some point the guests leave and I'm left with a flock of seagulls on my veranda. They wreck the cushions and oh well.
They crap on your tables?
Well, I wouldn't have put it like that myself, but yes.
Alright, so that is a hint that we are to do this, because there are keys behind him that I want. So we can explore Angelina's room. So let's go back out here. Let's see what we can do here. So we're gonna go into the hotel here. Grab these keys.
Got it. The key for room number 5.
Alright. And I'm gonna go upstairs here.
She only drank non-alcoholic drinks in the diner yesterday. Angelina is about as good with alcohol as I am.
Mm-hmm.
Nice work. There were skilled craftsmen across the whole region all those years back. They brought all their experience and designs from Europe and supplied the whole of the States from here. This isn't exactly my taste, and I can't find anything to help me any further.
Oh, hello there, Game Life Game. Welcome to the stream. Playing some Black Mirror 2 here. Trying to find some clues on how to rescue Angelia here.
What's this then?
We found something.
I don't believe it. A microphone. A listening device. The bastards bugged Angelina. There's no cable on it. It must have a little transmitter, but such a tiny transmitter can't have much of a range. That means there has to be an amplifier or a more powerful transmitter around here.
Alright, so you have to find a another piece of evidence here.
A ventilation shaft could be a good hiding place for a radio set. I bet the hole leads right up to the roof. I knew it. A radio set. The bug only needs to transmit a few yards, and then this powerful set amplifies the signal and sends it on to wherever.
Anything
Apart
else?
from that, there's nothing else.
I don't think there's anything else here. Nope, there's nothing else in here. So we got some evidence, I guess. I guess we should talk to Eddie.
Where have you come from? What do you think you're doing? You can't just march through the rooms. This is a discreet, familial hotel. Where is the key for room 5? Miss Morgan's room. You've got it. Give it here, immediately. Don't let the police hear about this, for heaven's sake.
Yep, we're gonna be kicked out of the hotel here.
And now get out! I never want to see you here again.
So I guess we don't have to come back here anymore.
If you just...
Out!
Man, was he upset or what? Doesn't matter. I've got everything I wanted and I don't need to go back into the hotel again.
We wiped off this place visiting again, so we don't have to come back here again. I guess we'll talk to Eddie about these things.
A microphone in a small metal housing. I don't know much about these things, but the bug doesn't look like the work of some hobbyist. But I can't see any letters or numbers. No symbols, nothing. Nothing that might help a little. Looks like a normal radio, but I don't really know. I could ask Eddie. He sure knows about these things.
Okay. So that's what I figured we got to go. Gonna talk to Eddie here. This is our good friend Eddie, the blind junk shop owner here. He is quite the character. He is quite the character.
There was something else.
Well, spit it out. What do you want?
The police are looking for a man called Reginald Boris. He was hiding in a side street next to your shop. Did you notice anything?
If I noticed a little punk like that, I'd have given him an earful.
That I can believe.
Alright, talk about the radio stuff.
You're an expert on radio equipment, right? Can you tell me what this is?
Who the hell?
Darren. Can you help me or not? It's important.
Well, that's a plain old transmitter. Cheap Asian trash.
I found that thing in a ventilation shaft in a young woman's hotel room. What kind of range does this thing have?
Not far. If it's used in a room, a couple of miles at best.
And it's not possible to find out where the receiver is, right? That doesn't help at all. Damn.
I know all the hams in the area, and none of them would hide that kind of thing in a lady's room. But I intercepted some strange Morse code last night. Long wave, just after 1800 hours. Someone knew. He said something about a girl who is now safe. He also said he'd be back in touch today at 1800 hours.
That could have been Reginald Boris.
A foreigner?
Yes. And apart from that, perhaps Old Fuller's murderer. And someone who wants to frame an innocent party.
And you want to stop that? Well, maybe there's a spark of decency in you yet.
Can we track down Reginald if he transmits again at 1800 hours?
Well, you bet. With directional antennas. I got one here. We'll have to build another one. We'll get his bearings from 2 different points, and then bang! We got him.
What do you need for it?
Oh, well, let me think. I've got a radio here. We can use that. I need a metal tube, a copper wire, at least a meter, and you'll need headphones and a compass to get the bearings right. You bring me that stuff, and I'll build you the direction finder.
Oh boy.
Hurry. There ain't much time till 1800.
1800 hours. That's 6 p.m., right?
Oh my God.
Oh, Eddie. Yes, the car is really nice. I haven't actually had time to actually play around with it much at all since I'm preparing to sell my other car. But so far what I've driven on it, it's really nice so far. Haven't really played with all the IT features on the car yet, but drives really nice. Alright, so we're going item hunting here. Well, the metal tube we can get from here, I think. Yeah, get the metal bar.
That'll be just right for the directional transmitter.
Okay, that's all we need there. So we need cable. We can get that from here. I'm sure she won't mind that, because we took a light bulb already from here. So now we just need to take, let's take this line.
Huh. I won't be able to take the whole light chain, but perhaps I can cut out part of it.
Yes, with wire cutters. Oops. Yeah, Subarus seem to be fun so far. We'll see how it holds up after a few years.
Alright then. There's no choice. I need the copper wire.
Oh, we got some wires. We're probably gonna have to strip it. This cable as it is, it's not gonna work.
I'll cut into the plastic insulation and pull it back carefully. And now I have a real nice piece of copper wire.
Alright. Got the copper wire. And then the other items we can find at our mother's house. Because we got the compass on the telescope and the headphones by the TV. You should probably be able to take those. So which place did we go here? Go to the mother's house.
Alright then. I need the compass. I'll have to sacrifice the telescope.
And then the headphones.
just borrow it.
Alright. So we're gonna go back and talk to Eddie again. Since we got all the pieces here. That was pretty easy. Pretty easy to get all that. Let's talk to our good friend Eddie.
Here are all the things for the direction finder.
Very good. I'll build it up right away. But, first the theory. You take the receiver down to the coast, somewhere near the hotel. You turn on the radio, I'll set everything up, and don't fiddle with it. Then you turn the antenna slowly and listen for where the Morse code signal is the loudest. Look at the compass and write down the bearings and degrees where the antenna is pointing.
Good.
I'll do the same here with my receiver. Then we'll plot the bearings on this here map. Transmitter's located where the lines cross. Understand?
Yes, sir.
Good. Now let me get on with it.
So, let's see.
This is gonna be a puzzle. I think this is it right here.
I got it. Back to the junk shop.
Another sound-based puzzle.
And? Do you have a bearing?
Yes, sir. Bearing at 73 degrees.
Very good. My bearing is 90 degrees. Go on. Plot the bearings.
Let's see. Your shop is here, and you had a bearing of 90 degrees. I was roughly here. This damn... Of course!
What is it?
A boat! Boris has got a boat. That's why no one here knows him, and why the police didn't find him. The lines cross a few hundred yards from the coast, about 2 miles to the east.
Good work. Now you need a boat. One of those lobster fishermen owes me a favor. You can use his.
And what should I do with it?
Sail out there, of course.
And serve myself up for a fight with Reginald Boris on his ship?
Didn't you hear the message? He plans on coming back into town again tonight, looking for you.
That's what he said? Huh. I must have missed that.
Well, go on then. You don't get many opportunities to be a hero.
I trust the police least of all. I'd rather get hold of the evidence of Angelina's innocence myself. And this time, it'll all be watertight.
Alright, so we automatically on board the ship here. So let's save. It is possible to die here in this game.
A wooden paddle that looks pretty heavy. Why would you need something like that on a sailboat? I'd rather leave it. It's clearly too unwieldy for me. I'd rather leave it. It's...
Alright.
Life jackets, a lifesaver, a few ropes, a buoy, and a gas can. Nothing of use at the moment. Life jacket, nothing of use.
Alright.
I don't know much about sailboats, but I think this thing is called the boom. That's the thing that smacks unwary people on the head, knocking them overboard. I don't know much about sailboats, but I think...
Alright, gotta lower that.
Cardboard folder. It looks really new. There's an A on the front.
Alright, let's take this photo.
Huh. At the front of the folder is a small piece of transparent foil with lines on it. Strange. I'll take it with me.
So yeah, well, foil with lines on
What
it.
have we got here?
That's a puzzle.
Photos of Angelina. Some of them are clearly quite old. She can't be more than 13 or 14 years old in this one. Here she is as a kid. Huh. A note. New York, Boston. Perhaps that's her route? Yes. This proves that Boris has been following her for a while. I'll take the folder.
Interesting.
There are various photos of Angelina in this file, and a few of Boris's drawings. They prove that he'd been following her for a while. But why? A transparency with some strange lines on it.
No, let's get the laptop here.
Let's see. Wow, this is a cool model. Huh. What have we here? A file titled Willow Creek. I don't believe it. Why the hell does Reginald Boris have pictures on his computer of a place where my mother regularly receives money? Something very strange is going on here. I'll take it with me later. First, I need to find some more clues to what's actually going on here. What the hell? What links Boris with Willow Creek, and what's my mother got to do with it? I'll take it with me later. What the hell? The pictures of a big sailboat on a stormy sea. Maritime romanticism. There are hinges on one side of the frame. A safe. Hopefully it contains a few answers. Here's a windrose that you can turn. I guess the idea is the same as with Fuller's safe. But unfortunately, I don't have a stethoscope with me to listen to the mechanism.
Interesting. Alright, how do you get out of here? 'Cause I need to... I need to figure out, there you go.
Nothing.
Figure out how to find the safe combination.
They're photos of me. They're all from yesterday, me walking around town. This is me leaving the store. And here I am going to the hotel. And here I am with Angelina in the diner. Huh. That picture's been taken through the window. That Reginald fella must have been creeping about the whole time. Huh. I'll take them. Even though they'll probably be of no use.
Okay. Let's see about the seat here.
A flip-up seat with a lock on it. I need to get the lock open first. The lock doesn't seem particularly strong, but it's still a problem. Nah, I'm not gonna get any further without the key.
I'll bet you the key's in the safe. else are you missing? Well, a lamp here.
The lamp is screwed to the ceiling. If it was just lying around somewhere, it might fall over in rough seas.
Okay. Look at this picture here.
A framed sheet of handmade paper. You can hardly read the writing, and there's some kind of wildly painted lines over it. The road to El Dorado is written at the bottom. Isn't that in South America? A framed sheet of hand. The road to El Dorado is written.
Isn't that where we use this?
It might fit. Let's see.
Yeah, this might work, yeah. Yeah, that's not correct. I don't know how it's gonna work. There's only 3 lines here. There's also lined up here as well. Alright, so we got this puzzle here I'm trying to figure out. Not exactly entirely sure what I'm doing here. Do believe I need to connect these lines somehow. Maybe. So I'm not exactly sure what I'm supposed. I think I need to connect these all up. There's only 3 lines on this transparent foil here. None of these lines are steep enough. I thought this line might be like a legend or something like that. But it doesn't appear to be the case. Hmm. I'll have to figure this out somehow. Not exactly sure what I need to do. I know I need to connect the lines up. That much I know. But how exactly these line up? Closest I can get is here. Hmm. Nothing really lined up 100%. I haven't found out if I'm even getting close here. That's not right. Trying to line up these asterisk things here. Maybe I'm missing something really stupid. Not quite sure. I have no idea how to solve this. Maybe I'm missing something.
It's not quite right. The transparency with some strange lines on it. A frame sheet of handmade paper. You can hardly read the writing, and there's some kind of wildly painted lines over it. The road to El Dorado is written at the bottom. Isn't that in South America? A frame sheet of the road to El Dorado is written at the bottom. A frame sheet, the road to El Dorado. It might fit. Let's see.
Somehow get these lines to match up. None of these lines will match up to that exactly. Don't have any ideas here. I was doing so well up to this point. Messing up the asterisks. Nothing is matching up with any of these asterisks here. Well, Oh, it doesn't match. Let's see if we can find a walkthrough for this part. Since not exactly sure how to get the foil to line up correctly. It says here, look at this, say blah blah blah, the lessons are the numbers. Look at the map on the other wall and use a transparent foil on the map. Okay, I did that. Move and turn the foil so that the lines and assets line up to trace a path going southwest, south, southeast, east, northwest, northeast, and northwest. It would be southwest, I'm assuming southwest, south, southeast, northeast, and northwest. So in other words, this should work right here. But it doesn't. I guess I could put the coordinates under the safe, I guess. And we can bypass this puzzle here. I have everything lined up.
The foil fits perfectly. It shows a route around the southern tip of Africa. The route is southwest, south, southeast, east, northeast, and northwest.
Alright. They're gonna be southwest, south, southeast, east, northeast, and northwest. I had the right idea,
Combination.
but I had to put it right in the exact right spot, or else it doesn't work. Now we got a ring.
Huh. A ring with an eye-catching symbol on it. Looks a bit Celtic, like a tree or something. It's not gonna help me though.
Ah, we have a disc.
A floppy disk, labeled with Biddeford and today's date. That looks more like a clue. I should have a look at what's on it straight away. If the disk doesn't contain any critical information, then I have to keep searching. Either way, I should get a move on. I don't know how long Boris is gonna stay on land.
Alright, I guess we'll use the disc on the laptop here.
Damn, what's wrong now? The battery's dead, and there's no electricity on the boat. Alright, let's see if I can do something about that.
No electricity on the boat.
A ring. Damn big and heavy. A twisted tree engraved on it. Its roots curl round up to the branches.
There's a door here.
The cupboard looks like it's made of burl wood. But it can only be really a thin veneer. Otherwise it'd be too heavy and expensive. Alright. A few maritime maps, tools, screws, and measuring instrument. And a key.
Alright, found a key. Let's go to the seat here. And we'll be able to open this lock and see what's in it. Assuming a battery.
Aha. That must be the ship's power generator. I guess the batteries are normally charged using a cable at the harbor. The generator's probably just meant for emergencies.
Yeah, this is an emergency.
Huh. Completely dry. I need to pour in some gas.
I saw some gas up here. And one of these doors here, I believe.
Somewhere here was... Yes, a gas can.
Alright. Go back on the deck here. And put gas in this generator here.
Alright. Ready for the next try. Very good, but also quite loud. Hopefully no one can hear the noise on land.
Alright, so then with the laptop here.
Huh. Let's see if there's anything on this disc that will shed some light on what's going on. Mrs. Michael's medical records? What the... Mrs. Rebecca Michaels. Second and third degree burns on the hands, arms, and legs. Fractured back, partial cervical fracture, blah blah blah. Due to a bad fall. This entry is from 1973. Right after the car crash. Rather an alleged car crash. What does Reginald Morris want with my mother's medical records? Does he know her from the time in England? I'll deal with that later. Let's try and look at the Angelina thing first. Angelina. Hey, tell a store. And there's someone standing in the shadows. It's Mr. Biba. He must have found out about the blackmailing and then lost it. And there's Angelina. She's going into the store. Oh, this is the proof. Fuller was already dead when Angelina arrived at the store. But Boris saw that Biba had murdered Fuller, and he must have called Angelina and then the police afterwards. Why did he get her arrested? Was she in the way? In a search for... Mother?
Oh boy.
Good evening, Mr. Michaels.
You! Stay away from me!
That's very difficult on such a small boat, wouldn't you say?
What do you want from me?
It's all very complicated, believe me. But we'll have enough time to clear it up. We're both going on a little trip.
I don't think so.
Ah!
Oh crap.
Damn it!
Ah!
Woo boy. Thanks for the host, Senator. Much appreciated.
It was really brave of you to take me.
Yeah. Well, I actually have no choice.
If you say so. Most important thing is the disc is still okay. You saved me.
I just wish they'd caught Boris.
He'll resurface soon enough.
I should have got back quicker. The boat wouldn't go any faster. I still don't know what you actually wanted from us. And if you fly back to England on your own, who's gonna watch out for you then?
Oh, it's nice of you to worry. But I've got to go. And Boris seemed to be after you and your mother, right? Nothing's going to happen to me.
I still wish you'd stay here. Or that I could come with you.
We've been through this already. You have to stay here with your mother until she gets better. You can come and visit me in a few weeks. By then I'll know more about the mysterious war.
What? What do you mean?
I'm going to investigate. Willow Creek, Veteran Boris, about the time your mother was at the castle.
Listen to me. You are not gonna do that. Please, keep out of this.
But I'm a historian. Digging into the past is just what I do. Don't worry, Dad. I'm going to miss you. Anyway, I know who could save me if I get into trouble.
Oh dear. Oh, a few days later.
Darren,
Huh?
they just called from the hospital. You should get over there straight away.
Uh-oh.
My mom.
Uh-oh. Hello there, Senator. Welcome. And what were you streaming tonight? So let's save our game here. I imagine we are at the very end of chapter 2. So yeah, that's
That's a postcard of Biddeford. It's very useful for getting.
yep.
That's a postcard of Biddeford.
It won't let me get out of here. Oh, here we go. Ah, playing Starred Possession. Very cool. Yeah, I've seen that streamed a couple times. Pretty cool game. Even though the music's pretty crappy in that game. Alright,
That's a postcard of Biddeford.
oh, it won't let me fast travel. So how do I get out of here? So I'm gonna go over here to the hospital. And I'm gonna take my webcam off here for a few, because I'm assuming that the chapter is gonna end here. So you guys can see this cutscene.
Mr. Michaels? It's, the doctor would like to speak to you.
Has something happened?
Just go through, please.
Oh yeah. Yep, that sounds like Star's position. So let's go visit my mom and see what happened to her. She's probably dead.
Darren,
Where's my mom?
your mom's heart failed this morning.
What? No, that's impossible.
I really am very sorry.
Mom!
is Rebecca Michaels. Unfortunately, I'm not at home at the moment. Leave me a message, and I'll get back to you.
Darren? Darren, are you there? He's here, Darren. Reginald Boris is here. I went to Willow Creek. I couldn't resist. Please forgive me. I found out a few things about this place. It seems there's something like a conspiracy here, and I think Reginald Boris is part of it. I saw him today, and now... No. No! Go! Ah! Darren! Help me!
Hello? Hello? Angelina!
Oh shit. Chapter 3.
Wakey, wakey. We're there.
So, this is it. The one and only hotel in this godforsaken place. I had to change trains in London and then sit for another 45 minutes in a cab. And now here, I'm in the middle of nowhere. The village of Willow Creek itself is a bit further down the road. But I ought to take a look around here first. Angelina must have checked into this hotel.
Alright. So, let's get my webcam back on. And, let's, explore this place here.
3 flags hanging here. England, Great Britain, and the European Union. The last one's gotta be there, just for the foreign tourists. Ugh. The flags look like they've been hanging there for years. Pretty stained and bleached out. Makes a real nice impression. Huh. The words Gordon's Palace have just been simply printed onto the awning. Cheap. The awning offers a little shelter from the rain at least. Mind you, it's still unpleasant standing here outside when there are dry, heated rooms waiting inside.
Hey there, G-Pudding. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, look at the ivy here.
Wow, the ivy must be at least 100 years old. It's already climbed up the whole building. Shame that I don't have to secretly get up to the first floor. The ivy would be an ideal ladder substitute.
No, not yet, G-Pudding. I haven't met the butler who's always cutting onions. Unless you're referring to the first game. There was a butler in the first game that was always in the kitchen doing stuff. Most likely chopping onions. But in this game, the second game, you are more expansive. So you're not all in one area. So we were in Bitford, Maine, and now we are here in England. And at Willow Creek. Chasing after a girl, nonetheless. It's always about a girl. So let's see the bird bath here.
A large bird bath made from imitation marble. It's full of water and I can't see a damn bird for miles. Now, does a bird bath in a land where it rains constantly actually make sense? I can't see anything interesting. And the basin is much too heavy to move.
Okay. I thought I saw something down here. That takes you out to Willow Creek. Look at this window here.
The hotel lobby's in there behind the tall windows. Very grand for such a small country hotel. A wet, uncomfortable, and somewhat shabby-looking wooden bench, with the paint slowly flaking off it. The bench is wet. I'm not sitting there.
Why not? That'd be fun.
A big heap of wet leaves. A gardener must have raked them together from off the lawn. That pile's not been here for long. The leaves are soaking wet on the outside, but they look drier underneath. The rain hasn't made everything wet through. That pile's not been here for long.
There'll probably gonna be something in there later. Anything else here?
A steel-framed conservatory. It's quite obvious that it's a newer addition to the rest of the building. There's a few tables and chairs in the conservatory. I would imagine they use it as a dining room. Right now it looks deserted.
Okay. Alright, let's go into the hotel and check in. See what's going on at this place. Angelina is, looks like she's been taken hostage. From the sounds of it.
Oh, a new guest. Welcome to Golden's Palace. My name is Murray.
Hello. I'm looking for a young woman who's spending some time here. Maybe you've seen her?
Yes, maybe I have, but maybe I haven't. You have to understand, this is a discreet hotel. I can't talk about my guests.
So, she's a guest here.
As I said already, a discreet hotel.
Almost dead, one could say.
It's off-season right now. It'll get busier. This is the best hotel in Willow Creek, and a place with history. This was once the sanatorium of the dreaded Robert Gordon, the Dr. Frankenstein of Willow Creek.
Oh yeah?
Yes, yes. He was the uncle of Samuel Gordon, the maniac murderer. Everyone thought squeaky clean Sir Robert was a respectable doctor. But in reality, he conducted illegal experiments on the sanatorium's patients. Very nasty goings on.
And then someone thought it would make a great hotel.
Of course, of course. Immediately after the murders 12 years ago, the tourists came in throngs. They wanted to see everything. But where could they stay the night? There wasn't a hotel. So, I bought this building. The patients were taken away straight after the incident, of course. Some also escaped. So, anyway, I bought the house, had it renovated, and now it's the best hotel in the place. How many nights did you say you wanted?
Actually, I just wanted to know if you've seen this young lady. Her name is Angelina Morgan.
Now, I can't talk to strangers about guests. The hotel's reputation, you see.
I see. And if I were a guest myself, then...
Then, of course, we could have a little chat about who else has a room here at the moment.
Alright then. A room, please. For, let's say, 2 nights to start with.
Very well. That'll be £90.
Alright, room 12.
So, what about Angelina? Is she here?
The young lady checked in here a few days ago. Room 13, right next to yours, sir. However, I haven't seen her since yesterday morning.
Thank you. Room 13, that's down this corridor?
Yes, sir, your room is number 12. You do, of course, understand that I can't let you into the lady's room. As you know, the hotel has a reputation to uphold.
Huh. This takes me a step closer. I know Angelina was here. Perhaps I'll find some clues as to what she found out, and who didn't like it.
Alright. So we are at the best hotel in Willow Creek. Of course, it's the only hotel. Yeah. Yeah.
Murray seems to have just been eating something. I'm guessing that he's the only employee in his hotel, so he can't just go and leave his position at the counter to go and eat. The knife hasn't been used. I'll take it. Maybe I can still find a use for it.
Oh, I got a knife.
A bottle of schnapps. Maybe I could grab it while Murray's not looking. It's probably crockery that was intended for the guests. I can't see anything special about it.
Alright, so we have a flask that we're probably going to need to take at some point. A postcard, so we probably gonna need a postcard we got a map for the level, I imagine.
A stand with what looks like tasteless postcards from tourists. They show either pictures of the village or blood-stained knives. Here's one with a screaming woman on it. Huh. Willow Creek. I was here and survived. Willow Creek. Makes your blood freeze. Willow Creek. Home of murderers. Unbelievable. You know, I can never be bothered with most postcards. But here's a card with a drawn map of the area showing the murder locations of 12 years ago all marked out. I could use the map to help me keep myself oriented. I'll take it with me.
Alright, there's one with the map. So
I'll put it on your bill.
There we go. Hello, the Groves, welcome. Yeah, I get the thing from the medicine cabinet. Yeah, that was the last game. When this place was a sanatorium. Yeah, this place is turned into a hotel now. Looks like 12 or 13 years later.
What the? A cheap plastic mask of Samuel Gordon. Toy knife with blood-stained blade. And the worst thing is that you can bet that some of my fellow humans actually buy this stuff. And what's this thing supposed to be? Huh. The original soul key. Summon dark forces and scare the pants off your friends. Lights up in 3 different colors. Gruesome sound effects. Hellish fun. Batteries not included. I can't get my head around it.
Samuel Gordon was the character that I played in the last game. So he's the one that murdered 5 people and then committed suicide.
I'd rather chop my hand off than buy this plastic crap from China and speed up global warming and the demise of mankind.
So we're probably gonna need something from here later. Anything else with the postcards?
I can't do a thing with the other postcards. It's already bad enough that I've been supporting Murray and his rip-off business by buying the map.
Window. The armchair.
Classic dark brown leather armchair. The arms are worn somewhat. It's seen better days for sure. Until I found Angelina, I don't have any time to rest. That's one of those things they use in big hotels to carry cases on. I find it rather hard to imagine them having hotel porters here. If at all, that thing was maybe used during the first months when the place opened. I'd like to bet it hasn't turned a wheel since.
Alright.
The weather still hasn't got any better. It's just been raining the whole time.
Well, I guess we go to the room. There is nothing else here that we can do. Oh, there's plants over here.
A big house plant in a hefty flower pot. No idea what type it is. I know nothing about them. I can't find anything exciting. The plants don't look all that happy. But like I've said, I don't know much about either botany or the psyche of plants.
Alright, so we can go to our rooms. What else do we see here? Lock boxes and telephone, a guest book.
One of the keys belongs to Angelina's room. It's number 13. But I can't get my hands on it while Murray's standing at the counter. One of the keys belongs to Angelina's room.
Yep, so I'll be getting that later.
An old-fashioned telephone. It's probably meant to be classic, but to be honest, it's just old. Who should I call?
Nobody call, guest book.
Angelina checked in here and is staying in room 13. The guest book probably can't tell me much more. Even if there was something interested in the guest book, I'm sure Murray wouldn't give me a look. The hotel's reputation, you understand? Oh man. Even if there was something interested in the guest book, I'm sure the hotel's reputation.
Oh, hello there, Ambazine. Welcome to the stream.
A whole row of old-fashioned lockboxes. Although they're only made of wood, they look like they're still tricky to break open. A whole row of old-fashioned lock.
Yeah. I think that's it. Guest books, the keyboard, souvenirs, lockboxes, and the flask. We already did. Alright, let's go to our room.
Room 13. That's Angelina's room. And that's my room, number 12. First I'll get rid of this rucksack, and then I need to find a way to get into Angelina's room. That's better.
Well, we got a clock and a bookshelf. Anything on this wall here?
Strange. The wall doesn't look like it belongs here. Looks temporary to me. It's pretty dark back there. But it looks like the passage simply hasn't been renovated.
Not that I'm aware of, the pudding. I believe that Spotify works with most countries. Not sure if any songs on it might be some songs on it might be restricted,
I'd like
but I'm
to
not
guess
sure.
that this wall's been put up just to prevent the guests in the front part of the hotel from being disturbed while the restoration work's still going on in the back. Perhaps Murray ran out of cash, or he saw that he didn't need any more rooms. Whatever the case, the renovation didn't get finished. No. I don't think there's anything of interest waiting for me back there.
Nothing here. Lobby. Alright, let's look at this clock.
clock with a glass cover and some carving on it. Huh. What's that? The clock's just an imitation. It can't be wound up. Probably a cheap electronic clock with batteries. I can't get it off. It's screwed on. I need a screwdriver or something like that to get it off the bookcase.
Alright, so that's probably something we're gonna need later on.
Let's see. A few crime stories, poetry collections, fairy tales, horror stories. Just the thing for a relaxing night in a hotel. Unfortunately, I'm not gonna have one of those. A whole load of good books. But I don't know how they're supposed to help me in my search for Angelina. A whole load of good books.
Must be something we have to do with it later as well.
The idea is very much that you sit yourself in this armchair, read one of the books from over there, while quietly smoking a pipe or a cigar. Judging by the ashtray, it looks like that hasn't happened for some time though. It's sparkling clean. There's only a box of matches lying in it.
Ah, matches. We know what we can do with these matches. We can light the leaves on fire in the back. And that will distract our friend Murray.
Paradise matches. Sounds like there's still a few in here.
Alright, anything else in here? I can go into my room, perhaps. Oh, there's a newspaper here, too.
There's a newspaper lying on the glass table. Maybe a service for the guests. Oh no, can't be. The paper's already several weeks old. Probably so little going on here that Murray hardly ever gets back here to tidy up. Nothing's older than yesterday's paper, but I don't have to read it. I think I'll just take a few pages.
Maybe you use it to help set the fire in the with the leaves.
By the looks of it, I'd say it's a halfway serious local rag. Whatever, probably not worth reading.
Alright.
That's my room. Like all the rooms here, a converted cell. It doesn't really feel all that friendly and it's rather uncared for. Apart from the price, there's nothing much here that's first class. I'm not gonna allow myself a nap while I still haven't found Angelina. There's nothing in my room that could help me in my search for Angelina. I'm not gonna allow myself...
Alright, back to the lobby. Alright, let's talk to Murray here, I guess, see if he has any information for us. All kinds of stuff here.
What else can you tell me about Angelina?
Don't know. Nice girl. Seems to be out a lot. Always went off for a couple of hours, then back to her room, then out again.
Did you notice anything? Was she nervous? Afraid?
No, not really. She seemed to be a bit stressed. Tense. And always in a hurry. That's just what young people are like.
Did you call the police when she didn't come back last night?
Why should I? She paid up front. Everything's fine.
Oh yeah, everything's fantastic. She might be bleeding to death in the woods or in the hands of violent kidnappers. But she paid up front.
Calm down. Nothing will have happened to her. Absolutely nothing's happened here for 12 years, unfortunately.
What did you say this building used to be?
The old Ashbury Sanatorium. The legendary, the gruesome, the unfathomable sanatorium of the crazy Robert Gordon.
I see.
Sir Robert was Samuel Gordon's uncle on his father's side. He lived in the castle and was, of course, like all Gordons, completely insane. He conducted experiments on the patients here in the sanatorium. Illegal experiments. Terrible experiments.
And no one noticed.
He mostly did it at night, alone. He only had one accomplice in the village, Dr. Herman. Both were murdered before their schemes were uncovered. But strange things have been happening since their deaths. People claim to have seen spectral apparitions in these corridors, and sounds that come out of the ground.
Sure, and that's probably written large on the front of your flyers, right? A couple of ghosts would surely be good for business. It's just a shame it's absolute moonshine.
Okay. Willow Creek.
What can you tell me about this place?
Willow Creek, it's the nest in which I was born, just like all the others you see around here. No one moves to here. Either you're born here and stay, or you're born here and leave. It can't keep hold of the youngsters anymore. They want to be in the city. The place is dying out.
Is there anything special to see here?
The museum, of course. I was significantly involved in setting it up. It's even on my land, which I've leased for a small, appropriate fee, of course. Go into the village. You won't miss it. We set it up once the flow of tourists dried up. You need to offer the people something, after all. We redesigned the rear part of the museum last year. Now it's got a lot more zip. It was my idea. None of the other people in the village have got any idea about business.
And?
You have to speculate to accumulate. You're not going to attract tourists with a couple of clay pots and carpets, are you?
How can you attract tourists?
With a show! You need to give them something. We've got 5 gruesome murders here, an old family full of maniacs, a dark curse. There must be some capital in that.
Doesn't seem to have worked all that well so far.
Alas, no. Many didn't get involved. Said you should let the dead rest in peace. We won't get anywhere like that.
Of course not.
During the first few months after the murders, it was looking really good. The papers wrote about our murders all the time. Loads of free publicity. They came from all over. Buses full. But then, well, the hype died down.
Ooh, how tragic. Hey, perhaps a couple of people should be killed every season. Then you'll get more press.
Yeah, you don't need to worry about it. You haven't invested all your savings. But I'll have the last laugh. This place is gonna be on the up again.
Alright, so the place is dying out. Not many people here.
What's that castle out there on the hill?
That's the famous Black Mirror Castle, ancestral home of the Golden family. There are few buildings here that have a history as fascinating and blood-soaked.
Why, what happened there?
What didn't happen there, more like? Every imaginable abomination. Murder, torture, witch burning, dark rituals, devil worship. Everything.
Yeah, sure. And that's not just what you tell the tourists to make this place more interesting.
Well, perhaps it's not quite that bad. But what the people say is true. That castle is cursed. That much is certain.
Cursed.
Just look at the Gordons. An ancient family that's gonna die out. One blow of fate after the other. The latest events alone. Around 25 years ago, there was a fire in the castle, and Master Samuel lost his young wife in the flames. 12 years ago, the eldest Gordon committed suicide. He jumped from the castle tower. After that came Robert's murder and Samuel's suicide. The last surviving Gordon is Lady Victoria. She's already about 90. When she dies, one of the oldest families in England dies with her.
Sounds like bad luck, but not necessarily a curse.
It is. The castle is cursed. It makes the people crazy. How else are you going to explain one Gordon after the other completely losing it?
Some mental illnesses are hereditary. And if it's an old noble family, incest may also play a role.
Yeah. Or natural radioactivity, or poisonous groundwater. That's all far-fetched. It's a curse. Everyone knows that.
Alright. Some backstory about the character if we did not play or watch the first game. Let's see, we have about the soul key
What's
here.
that then? A soul key?
They are powerful, magical artifacts. After the murders 12 years ago, the police seized documents from the castle. Amongst them were also pictures of these soul keys. Samuel Golden must have been nigh on obsessed by them. The police believe that Samuel had several of them.
Perhaps the devil himself gave him the order to do it.
Perhaps. What's for certain is that he killed for it, and that the keys, assuming they ever existed, disappeared when he committed suicide.
And what has that got to do with this plastic trash?
That's no trash. Do you know how expensive it was to produce thousands of these and ship them here? Pa, that cost me a fortune.
Thousands. How many have you sold?
Put it this way, I won't need to reorder in the near future. Even though they're so fantastic. Or they even light up when you put a battery in them.
Oh, awesome.
Alright, and Angelina's room key, which I'm sure we won't be getting.
Couldn't you perhaps give me Angelina's room key?
If you buy the hotel and let me retire, then we can talk about it.
And if I forget a 50-pound note on the counter, would you go outside to look at the pretty pictures on it in the daylight?
Young man, this is a quality hotel. I can't and won't allow its reputation to be damaged.
No one will notice. There's not a soul here.
You can't bribe me, and that's that.
Thanks for the chat, Murray.
My pleasure.
I kind of figured you weren't going to give me the key. So we have matches, the my room key, and a knife, and a newspaper. So let's look at the postcard.
From the Willow Creek area. It's marked where the murders took place 12 years ago. As long as I don't have any leads, I'd better just give a look around here once again. She was definitely here. Or maybe not in the village.
Alright, let's go and see if we can put these leaves on fire. And distract Murray so we can get the key. And take the flask. That's just a guess. I'm sure that's what's gonna happen. Since these leaves are still gonna be usable here. Actually, before I do anything, let's save the game. Chapter 3. There we go. And let's see here, matches here.
Box of matches, branded Allardyce. There are a few matches still inside. There's no way I could light this heap with a match on its own. The leaves underneath are too damp as well. A match wouldn't even char them.
Right, what about the newspaper?
I've got the crumpled newspaper in the middle, next to the leaves which aren't so wet.
And matches?
The newspaper's lit. The leaves next to it are just charring. They're not gonna burn, they're too damp for that.
Alright, let's talk to Murray again, see if I can scare him. Talk about the fire.
Murray, there's smoke outside. I hope the hotel isn't gonna burn down around our heads.
Bugger! Oh!
Alright.
As long as Murray's outside putting out the fire, I can take Angelina's key unnoticed.
Yeah, let's get the key.
Now we'd like to have that. The key for room number 13. Hopefully I might find some evidence of Angelina's whereabouts in her room.
I want to take the flask. You get a chance to do that, unfortunately.
Those little brats. They've no idea how dangerous that is. They should.
The young are really bad.
I can't take this yet. I can't take it.
Voila! A bottle of alcohol.
Oh, a little booze is good for me.
A small bottle with some serious alcohol in it. Murray's supposed to tip this stuff in his tea.
Nice. Alright, let's go up to Angelina's room.
Nothing special. A typical hotel bathroom, like you can find all over the world. I'm not gonna find anything interesting in the bathroom. The room is very small, and it doesn't look like Angelina's left me a message. Let's see. A few clothes hangers, a clothes rail, a few drawers. Everything empty and squeaky clean. Also, when I look inside again, the robe's completely empty.
Alright.
A thick, heavy, and very old-fashioned bedspread. There are woolen threads around the edges. I can't take the cover, but I can take the wooden thread as a souvenir. It wouldn't be the first time something like that had come in useful.
Okay, got some thread.
The bed looks old-fashioned, but not uncomfortable. I'm rather tempted by the idea of a couple hours on it. I've been on my feet for more than 24 hours now. But I really can't allow myself a break until I've found Angelina. Huh. The bed's a little to one side, as though it's been pushed around. Maybe there's something under there. Aha, now then, the carpet under the bed has been torn up. And there seems to be some kind of metal cover there. I need to take a closer look at this.
Okay.
There it is. A kind of round metal cover. It was hidden under the carpet. A round metal plate, about 20 inches in diameter. Maybe copper? Oh, I can't say how thick it is, but it gives the impression of being solid and heavy.
Ah, good night there, G-Pudding. So, talking about the bed is making you sleepy. Have a good night, and we'll catch you again some other night.
are 5 rings on the cover, and they turn. There's an animal symbol engraved on each ring. And in the middle of the cover, there's a handle.
5 rings. 5 rings to rule them all.
It's rock solid. No chance. I probably have to set the right combination. But I don't know what it is, and there must be thousands of possibilities.
Senator, I will be doing a Giant Alliance playthrough sometime next year. So that will be coming. That will be coming. So, can you use the ring? I don't have the ring anymore. Look, there's a carpet here.
The carpet's been cut in 2 places, and then folded up. It doesn't seem to have been glued to the floor.
Possibly. Possibly the puzzle
I
time.
can't tell when that might have happened. Could be a few hours old. Could be a few months, too. But has it got anything to do with Angelina's disappearance?
Alright. So let's cover probably something we have to do later.
A completely normal tube TV, like most folks have at home. Should I sit myself down in front of the TV and wait until I see ghostly messages from Angelina in the white noise? Maybe not.
Oh, what else we got in here?
A little cupboard. Looks rather like an antique. And inside there's... Sleeping potion. Now could that be Angelina's? Maybe she was having nightmares from all that business. What the hell have I gotten her into?
Alright, we'll take that.
What's that? One of the pictures I took of Angelina. That's gotta be a clue for me. So it is. There are a few white notes on the back of the picture.
Oh my, I found something more important here. Something important.
Strange. There are 2 sheets of writing paper, folded twice, but there's nothing on them. Either it's a secret message written in invisible ink, or the empty pages themselves are some kind of clue. But right now, though, I have no idea myself.
Don't have anything in my inventory that will help with this right now.
A white painted ribbed radiator. The heating's lukewarm. I don't see anything that might be significant. Angelina must have swapped over the old picture with one of my pictures of her. She knew that anyone who knew her would spot it immediately.
Indeed. Oh, lemons! Ah, that might be the secret here. Lemons for those papers there. Let's see what these papers are.
Here's a few sheets of writing paper. Now, did Angelina make any notes about her investigations? The paper looks completely unused. I won't find anything here. Interesting. Several cut lemons. And there's a sliver of wood stuck in one of them. She didn't eat the lemons, that much is clear. lemons, and a sliver of wood. That rings a bell somehow. A thick-walled but relatively squat glass. You'd normally be drinking a drop of the hard stuff out of this kind of glass. A thick-walled but relatively squat.
Got some alcohol. What is that?
The glass is half full. The glass is half full of alcohol. Or half empty.
I'm gonna use this.
Great. The woolen thread is acting like a wick and soaking up the alcohol. Looks like I've rediscovered the world's oldest artificial light source.
Oh, so we're gonna light a fire. We're going to light the candle here to find the hidden ink on these notes, I think. Use the matches.
Awesome. My little fire's lit. It was working like that 10,000 years ago, too. Now what do I do with it? So, let's see. At last. There's Angelina's message. Sunday, 1600. I don't know what's supposed to be
so special about Willow Creek. It all seems so forlorn, poor, and desolate. Hopefully I won't have to disappoint Darren. He's helped me so much, and I only now hope that I can help him too. Sunday, 9 p.m. That Porter Murray is a damned shark. He had money off me for every single bit of info. I'm not doing that again. I'll go to the library tomorrow, and there's supposed to be a town museum too. Maybe I'll pick up something there about Darren's castle. Monday, 11 a.m. Black Mirror was built in the 14th century by the two brothers, Marcus and Mordred Gordon. The brothers argued and virtually waged war with each other. To this day, descendants of the Gordon line still inhabit Black Mirror Castle. They will, however, soon die out. The last young Gordon died 12 years ago, having committed suicide. Monday, 2 p.m. I've got something on the tree symbol that Darren discovered on Boris's ring. The symbol is mentioned in the Chronicle of the Gordon family. I also stumbled across it in the library. It's the symbol of a secret society, a kind of sect that wants to summon up dark powers and uses corpses in the process. What if Boris is one of them? Monday, 4 p.m. I found out in the pub that people believe there's a curse on Black Mirror Castle and the Gordon family. Maybe I'll change the topic of my degree thesis. I'd much rather write about accursed castles, though I can't see my good Prof. Hubbard being too thrilled about the idea. Monday, 9 p.m. He's here. Reginald Boris is here in Willow Creek. I've just seen him sneaking about the hotel. What should I do? Is he here because of me? Now, of all times, right when I want to investigate the passage. I'm not going to let myself be stopped, but I'll send off some insurance.
Grumpy.
Oh man, Reginald Boris. Angelina had been doing some research, and Boris had caught her at it. Now, he's holding her prisoner, and... does he want to lure me to him? In Maine, he wanted to take me on a journey. Is this all about me? Whatever the reason for all this might be, Angelina doesn't have anything to do with it. She's got into danger because she wanted to help me. It's my fault if something happens to her. I ought to go into the village and listen around. Angelina was there. But I need to be careful. I don't know who might belong to this order that Angelina warned me about.
Alright, so there's a secret sect that likes to use dark powers here. Alright, so I guess we can leave the hotel and go to Willow Creek, I guess. So probably talk to Murray on the way out. See if there's anything additional to talk about.
No. I don't know what I could ask Murray right now.
Can you pick up any more souvenirs here?
I'd rather chop my hand off than buy this plastic.
Yeah. Alright. It's time to go to Willow Creek. Yeah? Ah, thanks for the host, Hatnix. Much appreciated.
We all know that old one.
What do you mean?
A young, attractive lady is carrying a stack of books and lets them fall at the feet of the hero.
Excuse me? I'm the librarian here, so it's quite right that I should be carrying books around the place. Young? Attractive? Well, I'll accept that. But why do you consider yourself to be a hero?
You're the librarian? Oh, then you can definitely tell me something worth knowing about this place, Miss,
Valley. You're American?
Alright.
Darren Michaels. Do I really sound American?
Oh yes, now let me see. Your accent is non-rhotic. That is, you don't sound the phoneme R at the end of a syllable, or before consonants. And you have hard A sounds. That's the famous Boston accent.
Awesome! I really do come from Boston.
I've spent half my life in books, so something has to have stuck.
So then you can probably tell a damn Yankee something about Willow Creek?
What do you want to know?
Alright.
I'm staying at the Gordon's Palace Hotel.
Really? You're letting yourself get ripped off by that old so-and-so Murray?
The building is supposed to have had a terrible past.
That's true.
It would seem that all of the male Gordons were a little bit crazy.
The curse of the Gordons.
Please don't tell me you believe in all that hokum.
I never used to.
You English. You like your ghost stories and all that a little too much.
That's the obligatory village pub. It never was a great place, but since the old landlord left, it really has gone downhill. The new landlord is Tom, the chap at the chili stall. The fair will be here for a few more days yet, but I wouldn't bet that it'll be coming back again.
Alright, what about Willow Creek?
Well, is there anything about Willow Creek that's worth knowing?
Not a lot. There must have been a settlement there for a good 1,000 years or so. They found remains dating back that far.
Yeah, a stone circle in a forest. So I've heard.
Yes, there's one of those. It really only kind of got going around the 13th century when there was a monastery built in the neighborhood. Also a church and the first part of a castle.
And more recently?
You're talking about the murders. That's 12 years ago now. Let's not talk about those. Back there by the town hall is my empire, the library. Perhaps it's because there's otherwise so little going on here. There are plenty of people who like to and who do read a lot. Sadly, often all the wrong things. Trashy stuff and the cheapest pulp lit are in high demand.
Alright, and then Black Mirror.
The castle nearby, isn't that the famous Black Mirror castle?
It certainly is. Its inhabitants have influenced things around here for centuries. Sometimes for the good, sometimes rather more negatively.
How do you mean that?
Everything around here belongs to the Gordons. In the old days, virtually everything that went on here was all decided in the castle. Just what could happen in the village, and what could not.
And who lives in the castle today?
Lady Victoria Gordon, the last of the Gordons, her old butler Bates, and her late brother's widow, Lady Eleanor. I think there are a few other servants too. That's the museum. If you want to know more about Willow Creek, then that's the place to be. At least in the front bit.
What's in the back?
The newly opened Black Museum. Cheap special effects animation. Horror and titillation at others' expense.
What's wrong with the Black Museum? Why should you get so wound up about it?
It's not about informing people. Nothing to do with knowledge. It's about putting blood and suffering on display.
I'm afraid that's what folks are interested in.
Because they want to gawk. These are the same people who would rather photograph an accident than help out. They don't share in any of the misfortunes of those behind the spectacle.
Alright, let's talk about the secret order here.
Can you help me with the symbol? A tree where the roots reach around and up into the branches. That mean anything to you?
Where do you know that from?
You know something about it?
You ought to forget about it again as soon as possible.
I stumbled across it in Maine, and now I'd like to know if it...
Maine? You come... But you said Boston. I've still got something to finish. Good day.
Oh.
Miss Valley, listen!
Oh boy. It's not something that people want to talk about.
And she's gone. What was that all about?
Alright. So anything in the main bell?
A big barrel. It's supposed to collect rainwater. Although it's always raining here, that barrel is almost empty. Seems to have a leak somewhere. Although it's always raining here, seems to have a leak.
What? Go to the museum, I guess, since we're here.
Willow Creek Museum. That sign must have cost the townsfolk quite a bit.
Yeah, walk all the way down now.
The library. Miss Valley's Empire. The light is off and the door is locked. I'll have to come back later.
We have the tower.
The clock on the tower is huge. However, it seems to have stopped. That must be the town hall. There's no church in the village, but I saw one on the way here.
Alright, let's just go to the museum. We can look at the other stuff later.
The flight was supposed to be cheap, but the airport is in the middle of nowhere. The taxi here was more expensive than a private jet.
Calm down, Albert.
And on top of that, your friend's guidebook is totally out of date.
You were happy that we didn't have to buy one. No one could have guessed that so much would change here within a few years.
Yeah. Just shut up, okay?
See if the brochures are anything good here.
Postcards, brochures, and advertisements from Willow Creek. Here's some info about the library. Shame, the opening times aren't mentioned. And here are the local places of interest. There seems to be a tourist information office, as well as a museum, but there's nothing really interesting there.
Alright, let's talk to Bobby.
A god. He looks a bit simple-minded. Hi, are you the god here?
Oh, hello. My name is Bobby.
Oh, hello, Bobby. I'm Darren.
Hi, Darren.
What can you tell me about the museum?
I think it's nice. I don't really like it back there, though. It's so spooky.
Do lots of people visit?
Yes. So sometimes 5 or 6 a day.
Oh. Has anyone ever broken in?
No, I'll keep watch.
Nights as well?
No, there's an alarm.
Interesting. This guy's not very good with security, that's for sure.
Are you the guard here, Bobby?
Yes, I have to make sure that everything runs shape here.
An important job.
Yes, Mrs. Puffed at the town hall gave me the job because I'm so big and strong.
Of course. No one would mess with you, right?
No, I'm very happy that I can work here. Tom says I'm too stupid, but Mrs. Puff says I'll do a good job.
Tom from the chili stand over there? Oh, you shouldn't worry about what he says.
But he's my brother. He looks after me, and I'm a big burden, he says.
Alright, let's talk about Tom, his brother.
What does Tom do for you that makes you such a burden?
Oh, he does a lot. I'm allowed to stay at his place and help in the pub.
Does he pay you?
No, Tom doesn't have much money. He says I cost too much because I eat too much. But now I give him the money that I get here, then it's perhaps not so bad anymore.
He takes all of your money so you can live at his place. I don't find that fair.
It's okay. It's better than having to do those other things, okay?
What kind of things?
He used to make me help him doing bad things. I don't like it. I'm a god. Gods can't steal.
Tom stole things, and you had to help him.
Oh, no, I didn't say that. Oh, no.
Bobby, it's okay. I didn't hear a thing.
Thank you, Darren.
All right, I'm out of here. See you around.
See you soon, Darren.
Okay, so, all kinds of things in this room.
A barrel, like the ones all over the village. I guess there used to be a blossoming barrel industry here. An old cast iron stove. Does that belong to the exhibition? I doubt it. Reminds me of my mom's tiled stove. I always felt good when it was cold outside and the wood was crackling in the stove. I don't really understand why there's a globe here. I bet most of the people here haven't even seen the neighboring village, let alone the rest of the world.
I wonder if that's the same globe that we had to solve the planet puzzle in.
A broken display cabinet. Nothing in it, of course. It says Black Ball of Destiny on the sign. Alright. I'm apparently standing right next to Samuel's corpse. Other than that, there's nothing here.
Alright, let's see what we got over here.
And here, you can see the world-famous milk churns of Willow Creek. Yay, a treasure chest! I found the treasure! Now I'm rich! That's just a stupid empty chest. Looks like a cross between a Roman chariot and a lawnmower. I study physics, not agriculture. I have no idea what that is. Eddie would have fun with this shelf. There are normal plates, painted plates, decorated plates, and glasses with soil. I don't really want to know anymore.
Very weird, very weird.
A picture of a barn in the fog. I don't think the sun ever shines here in Hicksville. An old telephone, like the ones they used here in Europe at the beginning of the century. More like towards the end of the century for Willow Creek. What does it say here? The death bell of Warm Hill Church. I guess the church doesn't exist anymore. Otherwise, the bell wouldn't be here.
Well, the church doesn't exist anymore? That's a shame.
An ancient sewing machine. I bet they sewed the curtains here with it, and then just left the thing standing where it was. I'm not sure if this chair is supposed to be for exhausted or knowledge-hungry visitors. It's certainly not sturdy. There's just that big book in the cabinet. What does it say on the plate? Gordon Family Chronicle. Hey, that might be interesting.
I wonder if it's gonna have any new information.
This page is full of medals. There's a bit of text there too. And therefore, our brotherhood should operate in the spirit of this great man for all time. It shall serve beyond the dominion of the church, free of all the conventions, and over and above all earthly jurisdiction. Commit yourselves only to your one aim, that you may take control of that higher power. Our great strength lies in our secrecy. We stand in the darkness, in the shadows, and look into the light, invisible to all who may impede us. For if no one knows we exist, then we cannot be stopped. Therefore, my brothers, hold to these rules. The members of the order shall not be known to one another. Only the high priest of the order shall be able to call every member by name and rank. At order assemblies, every brother shall be masked so that none may recognize him. No outsider may be informed by the order, neither purposely nor through carelessness. Be wary, my brothers. Behave inconspicuously, but be wary. The day on which you must prove yourselves will come sooner than you think. Not very fruitful. I still don't know what the Order's aim is, but it seems to be one single big aim. It's gotta be on the pages before these. I've gotta get that chronicle somehow.
Alright. If you want to hit the command embassy, just do exclamation point play. If you do this, and it will show you the game that I'm currently playing.
The lock for the cabinet. The lock for the cabinet.
Alright, there's nothing else here. So we're gonna need to get this book somehow. But probably not right now. Let's talk to the tourist here.
Excuse me. Hi. I've just arrived in Willow Creek. Have you got any tips for me? Is there anything worth seeing?
Are you also a tourist?
Yes. You could say that.
Well, we actually wanted to take a look at the notorious sanatorium today, but some kind of freak has made a hotel out of it, and the guy at the reception tried to pawn us off with some cheap tourist rubbish. Like, we were thrill seekers.
Exactly, Albert. And then he said that the ghost of this Samuel Gordon still haunts the castle. You can see him at night at the windows of the burned wing. Really spooky.
Laughable. Anyway, we came here afterwards. We'd expected a bit more from a black museum. We'll go and see the castle afterwards. Hopefully, that's at least worth looking at.
Thanks for the information. Well, enjoy the rest of your holiday.
Thank you, you too.
Alright. Let's go back to the museum here.
The madman Samuel Gordon murdered the respected Dr. Heinz Herman in a bloody frenzy. He decapitated the popular doctor in his own home, near to the village. The models are cheaply made, but don't look all that old. A lurid scene. This seems to be about the murder of a boy. The youngest victim of the series of murders was the 12-year-old Vic V. He was brutally murdered at a stone circle in the forest, not far from the village. Here are some pictures of the stone circle. Witness accounts, a statement from the police, newspaper clippings. It looks like people assumed it was a ritual murder at first. Heavy metal Satanists in murderous frenzy. What makes someone butcher another human being? A child at that. It must have been dreadful.
This shredding machine is quite interesting.
A shredding machine? What's that all about? Shredding machine from the garden of Black Mirror Castle. Who do the mysterious traces of blood on the inside of the shredding machine belong to? What kind of gruesome stories could this machine tell us about its former owner? In what kind of bloodthirsty crime did it play an incisive role? A mystery that will probably never be solved. BS. A shredding machine? Shredding machine from the god who do the what kind in what a mystery BS. The window is locked and alarmed. The window is locked and alarmed.
Okay. So we'll probably do something with that shredding machine later. Along with that window there. So let's go back to the museum, talk to Bobby again maybe. Make sure we didn't miss anything. Still some stuff over here, so let's look over here.
An endlessly long history of Willow Creek. Let's see. Willow Creek's underworld. The village of Willow Creek was founded during the time of the ancient Romans. Even back then, the river often broke its banks, turning the surrounding area into marshland. A few years after the foundations were laid, a small drainage system was constructed, which managed to alleviate the problem for many centuries. In the Middle Ages, the drainage system fell into despair and was largely forgotten. However, in the year 1867, Werner Gordon ordered the construction of a completely new drainage system in order to put a stop to the growing number of floods and resulting crop failures. This made it possible to keep the parts of the surrounding area dry and prevent the river from flooding again. Next to it is a little illustration of where the water's redirected when the level gets too high. And what's that? There's an old bunker from the Second World War here, too, directly connected to the drainage system. Sounds quite unpleasant.
Yeah, indeed. Let's see what this is.
Huh. What's that? An escritoire without a lock puzzle. It's gotta be an old model. The pictures show farmers at work in the fields. Apart from that, I can't see anything interesting. I'm not gonna touch it, unlike the hordes of tourists before me.
Alright, let's head back over here and talk to Bobby here. Because we're going to need to get into the display cabinet. What's this?
A small, colorful tube. Looks like bubble mixture.
That's mine.
Yeah, sure. I just wanted to have a quick look at it. A small, colorful...
Alright. There's a bubble mixture there. Let's talk to Bobby again.
Hello, Bobby.
Hi, Darren.
That big book over there in the display case, the Gordon's Chronicle. What can you tell me about that?
Everything about the Gordon family's in it. Lady Victoria gave it to the museum, but it's only allowed to be shown here, not back there where it's spooky.
I can imagine that Lady Victoria doesn't want to see her family chronicle in that crappy, ghoulish black museum. May I have a closer look?
I'm not allowed to take it out of the showcase.
Have you got a key for it?
Yes, Mrs. Puff trusts me. I've got keys for everything. Except the front door. And Mrs. Puff always puts the alarm on because of the insurance, she says.
So the Chronicle is never taken out of the display case. Perhaps I can ask Mrs. Puff myself.
No, the book mustn't be taken out. Lady Victoria has forbidden it. She says it's an evil book.
So you've got a key for the display case, but you're not allowed to open it.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me, Bobby, the cabinet back there, has it been broken long?
Yes, Darren. for 4 weeks already.
How did it happen?
I don't know. One morning I came in and it was just broken.
So, someone broke in and stole what was in it?
Yes, I completely forgot about that. But it's not so bad. There was just a bowl in it.
Oh
What
dear.
kind of ball?
A big
Black one.
black one.
Thanks for the info.
You're welcome, Darren.
Is that your wonderful bubble blowing kit?
Oh yes, I love blowing bubbles. But I've blown so many today that it's empty.
Maybe I can get some more soapy water for you.
No, thanks. It's nearly closing time. I'm not in the mood anyway. I'm too hungry.
Why's that?
I had no breakfast. Tom didn't buy any bread. We've got no money because the pub isn't doing well. And now there's this expensive stall as well.
But you still need to eat.
Tom doesn't eat much. Beer's just as good as bread, he says.
Yeah, I bet.
Alright, let's talk about the black ball.
About the black ball,
Yes?
did the police come?
No. Mrs. Puft said they aren't interested in that.
Oh. Well, who is interested in it then?
Mrs. Valley, I think. She looked at it.
Thank you, Bobby.
And talk about the
How
chili.
about I get you something to eat?
Oh, that would be very nice of you, Darren.
Let's see what I can do. Alright, I'm out of here. See you around.
Cook some chili for Darren.
Soon, Darren.
That seems to be the next best thing to do here. I don't think there's anything else here. Yeah, we did everything else. Alright, let's go to the chili stand here. Haven't been there yet. Got some gas bottles.
Gas bottles. A red and a blue one. Probably to fuel the grill, but I wouldn't bet on it.
Alright, more conversations here.
A chili stall. A bit tatty. Doesn't look like there's too much going on. Hi there.
What would you like? Normal or extra?
What?
Normal chili or extra hot chili?
I'm not too sure just now.
Nobody gets paid for just standing around.
All those other folks can wait.
Not exactly backwards and coming forwards, are we? I like it. What do you want?
Oh boy, lots of conversations here. Lots of conversations. So let's talk about everything here.
What can you tell me about Willow Creek?
No idea. I was born here and I'll die here, I suppose.
Doesn't exactly sound like there's much going on here.
So there isn't. 10, 12 years ago, it was good here for a while. You could make good money, what with all the tourists. We all thought things were on the up, but it never was. Loads of people lost money, they invested, and then bit by bit the visitors stopped coming.
Yeah, take old Murray and his hotel, for example.
It's still kind of half okay there. He's got a finger in most things round here and takes his cut. There's plenty more, though, that really caught a cold. They went bust. 2, 3 of them hanged themselves.
Alright, talk about Miss Valley here.
What can you tell me about Miss Valley?
She's a nutter. She's been in the loony bin. She belongs back in there, too, that's what I say.
So, what's wrong with her?
She never got over what happened to her brother.
So? Come on then. What about it?
12 years ago, a series of murders. The murder that caused the biggest sensation all across the country was when little Vic Valley was killed. A little boy was murdered by Samuel Gordon in a stone circle in the forest. And in a very nasty way, too.
That's really awful. And Miss Valley...
Well, she's the sister. She found him the next day. It really screwed her up. Stopped eating, didn't speak to anyone anymore. When she swallowed a load of rat poison, she was committed.
Oh, jeez. And in spite of all that, she's come back out now and is back living in Willow Creek of all places?
Turned up here again a few years back. The doctors reckoned it would be better for her, but once you've had roof damage, then, well, it's always gonna leak, isn't it? That's what I say.
Interesting. Interesting.
What can you tell me about the museum?
That's another brilliant idea from the town hall. Who, I ask you, wants to see that load of old crap in there?
Huh. Well, the Gordon Family Chronicle is very impressive.
What's so impressive about a bloody book? Does it bring more people into the village? No.
And Bobby.
That bloody Mrs. Puff from the town hall got him the job. One of those unbearable do-gooders, always sticking her nose in and turning Bobby against me.
He seems to take his job very seriously.
Rubbish. I know what's going on. If anyone wanted to break into that museum, then Bobby would be absolutely no deterrent. Thank goodness they didn't give him any kind of weapon.
Alright, let's talk about good old Bobby here.
Bobby in the museum told me that you're his brother. He seems like a really nice guy.
If you only have to put up with him for a few hours, maybe he is. But I've got to knock about with this stupid idiot. Day in and day out. He can't get a single thing right. But everybody fusses about him because he's got it so tough.
Aw, jealous?
Jealous? Of that idiot?
Does he live with you?
I've been lumbered with him since our parents died. He ought to be put into a home with all the other retards. But who's going to pay for all that?
Nice to hear how your family holds itself together.
Alright, talk about yourself.
Who are you?
What's that got to do with you?
My name's Darren. I'm studying English literature and would like to learn more about the country and its people. That sound familiar to you?
Should it?
A fellow student of mine may well have been around here recently.
No idea.
You'd have noticed her. Tall, pretty...
Haven't seen her, and I'm here pretty much all day. Hunkered down here. My name's Tom.
Yeah, nothing about Angelina here.
I'd like a portion of chili, please.
Now you do. Normal or odd?
If I'm right, then there's only one pot anyway.
Hot then.
Alright, got some chili for Bobby. See if we can get some more stuff from him. Butter them up.
Called it right.
Oh, the mighty Lord is generous to the lower born.
Alright, talk about the black ball.
Do you know anything about a black ball? It was stolen from the museum a few weeks ago.
I heard about it. It doesn't really interest me, frankly.
Talk about the fair.
So, not exactly a lot going on around here then.
You think I don't know that? Crowds of folk from all over the place. Loads of hungry customers, you said. And then it's getting worse by the year.
Isn't Willow Creek also a bit too small for a fair?
Those clever pillocks in the town all had it all worked out. They reckoned that people from all round these parts would come here. It used to work out okay, too. Everybody wanted to come and have a look at the murder capital. But nowadays, it's just one big loss maker.
The people just aren't gonna be drawn here by a couple of carousels and a few stalls.
And who has to foot the bill for all these fantastic ideas? Me.
And talk about the pub.
Is the pub yours?
Where'd you hear that?
Miss Valley reckons it is.
You shouldn't get involved with that nutter. She's a few sandwiches short of a picnic.
When's the pub open?
This evening, after I've shut down the store. Those commercial Einsteins in the town hall make me keep open from 11 in the morning to at least 5 p.m. And in the meantime, I've sold just about sod all. If it was down to me, I'd have chucked all this lot here in the harbor by now. Shoved it up the Lord Mayor's arse.
I need to get on.
Oh, right, we got more chili out of all that. So let's go back and get this more chili and see if we can get that book there.
I got you some chili. I hope you like it.
Oh, yeah. But I've got no money.
Don't worry. It's on me.
Oh, thanks, Darren. But I'll give you something too, then.
Oh yeah, sparklers.
Thanks.
Looks like.
An entirely ordinary sparkler. Was definitely much more valuable to Bobby than it is to me.
Let's talk to Bobby, see if he has anything else to say.
Hello, Bobby.
Hi, Darren.
We can't talk about the bubble mixture here.
So, are you full now?
Yes, was delicious, really hot.
And you still don't want to blow bubbles?
I do, but I don't have any more bubble mixture.
Should I get some for you?
Oh, okay.
Alright, I'm out of here. See you around.
See you soon, Darren.
Alright, so do we take this bottle here, I guess?
I'll take that with me, okay?
Yeah, okay.
I need some soap or something. Oh, there's a cupboard back here. Maybe there's something back here.
I don't think that's part of the exhibition. There must be some... Yeah, liquid soap. I'll put some in the tube. That's it.
Alright, need some water. We can go back to the hotel and they have water. Alright. Alright, this is the map here. Real quick, you can go to the Pacific building now, which is nice. This is the hotel. This is the Stonehenge place, Sharp Edge, Black Mirror. Yeah, let's go back here. So we can't get water here. Hmm. Interesting. Maybe let's look at this.
Gooey soap at the bottom of the pot. Still missing the water.
Talk to Murray again. What am I missing? I know there's water in that fountain.
I've heard that the ghost of Samuel Gordon has apparently been repeatedly sighted in the castle.
That's true. During the bad storm 2 weeks ago, Joseph, the homeless chap, came to me and begged me to let him stay here. He said he'd seen Samuel's ghost behind one of the castle windows. A harrowing face. He thought he would die. That's probably the real reason that no tourists come here anymore.
Yeah, sure. It's got nothing to do with the fact that Willow Creek's got nothing to offer but a couple of cheap plastic corpses. Thanks for the chat, Murray.
My pleasure.
Let's try going back outside again. See if we can fill the fountain with fill the mixture with water. I don't see anything else. It's not highlightable anymore. I don't know, maybe there's something else in what's Angelina's room, maybe.
The lamp's gone out. The wick's probably fallen out and then burned.
Something else in here other than this cover here. So what am I missing here? Bookshelf and the clock, which I can't do anything with yet.
There's nothing in my room that could help me in my search for Angelina. A whole row of old-fashioned lockboxes. Although they're only made of wood, they look like they're still tricky to break open. A whole row of old...
Maybe I have to do something else before I can fill that with water. Or maybe I can use the rainwater in the bucket in town, maybe? But I don't think there's any water in it. Oh, we got the bakery here.
It looks like it's a bakery. Or was a bakery. Hard to say whether the building is still in use. It must have been built years ago. but now it looks rather untended and abandoned.
Pub's closed right now, I believe.
An overturned beer keg. Pure show for the tourists, I reckon. Even here, they're hardly likely to still get their beer delivered in wooden barrels. Empty. Exactly like in this place here. Some hand towels which have been hung out to dry. The rooms above a pub are traditionally inhabited by the landlord and his family. Even from down here, you can still see stains on the towels. But I don't need one anyway.
Alright, don't need that.
The building looks like it was renovated years back, but has been completely neglected ever since. There's dirt and dust all over the walls. A hose pipe would work wonders. I don't know what these kind of windows are called. There are lots of little glass panes in a lead lattice. They're much cheaper than big panes, since you can use broken pieces in them too. The pub looks anything other than promising. If I was a routine tourist, it would never cross my mind to go in there to get a drink, let alone to eat.
Yeah, it's probably closed
The
right
pub's
now.
still shut. I'll have to come back later. That's gotta be Willow Creek's bench.
Well, I think that's it here. Also, before we do that, let's talk to Tom.
Hello, Tom.
What's going on?
Are you scared of Samuel's ghost? Murray says it wanders around the castle.
Yeah, right. And my grandma's Anne Boleyn. He's just into ripping off the tourists. You should see what he does with these stupid soul keys. Hey, that money doesn't earn itself, you know.
I need to get on. A chili stall. A bit tatty. And it doesn't look like there's too much going on. There would appear to be a few different types of chili, but I only see one pot. Willie's Texas Chili. Now that sure makes me feel right at home.
Alright, nothing else there. So we still need to find some water. Where am I gonna find water? Where's that street?
The houses here look just as dilapidated as the rest of the place. The village comes to an end less than 100 yards from here. I hardly think there's a quaint alleyway, a picturesque canal, or a peaceful courtyard hidden around the corner. Actually, I'm quite sure there isn't.
Alright, nothing else here. Rain barrel here. No water in it, right?
Although it's always raining here, that barrel is almost empty.
Almost
Seems
empty.
to have a leak somewhere.
Maybe we can get the...
Well, it's water, but it's not enough.
Ah! Of course not. Let's go back in here again. See if you missed anything.
Hello, Bobby.
Hi, Darren.
Have you ever seen Samuel's ghost?
No, and I don't want to see it either. Everyone says he's evil, and that he has black eyes and a really scary face. Tom says I'm a scaredy cat, but I still won't go to the castle. Samuel is evil.
I see.
Hmm.
Alright, I'm out of here. See you around.
See you soon, Darren.
I need water somewhere. Look at this again.
The lock for the cabinet. The lock for the cabinet.
Hmm. Alright, how do we get out of here? Talk to the tourists again.
I wouldn't know what to talk about with these two.
Let's go back to the back room here again. See if I missed something here. Buttons here. Cheap throws here. I think I just need water to get him the bubbles back, and we'll get the key. I think is that what would happen here. But some reason I can't get any water from the fountain out front of the hotel there, which would seem to be the most logical place. That fountain's not.
There's some gooey soap at the bottom of the pot. Still missing the water.
What am I missing? Oh, missing something. Was teaching medication in it? Sparkler. Willow Creek. Nothing else is highlightable. Let's go to the library maybe. Something up here. Oh, we can get water from the deck maybe.
There would have been a pulley attached to that girder in the past to lift goods into the storage space under the roof. For a bakery, that would mostly be flour.
Maybe we can get water here maybe. This is where we get water.
An old rope. It's wrapped around the pole up there, and the other end disappears into the canal. I can't make out where it leads. The water's too dirty. Aha, a little bucket. Perhaps one of the residents wants to save money by collecting some of his water from the canal. The bucket is full of canal water. It seems quite clean in the bucket. At least it looks cleaner than when it was in the canal.
Alright, bubble mixer. No, that's a sparkler. There we go. We got some water. One of the most important things in life.
It's full.
Alright, let's go and talk to Bobby again.
Look, Bobby. I filled up the bottle with soapy water.
Wow. Thanks, Darren.
He seems to have a lot of fun blowing bubbles. He doesn't notice what's going on around him at all.
Oh, in his jacket.
This is my chance.
So he has the keys in the jacket, maybe. Alright.
Got it.
Dear visitors, it is 8 p.m. The museum is now closing. Please make your way to the exit. We would like to thank you for your visit and look forward to seeing you again tomorrow from 11 a.m.
Ah, damn it.
Hi, Darren. We're closing now.
I heard.
You can come back tomorrow.
Of course.
Thanks, Bobby.
It's not gonna be that easy.
Fun, Darren.
It's not gonna be that easy.
Damn. I haven't got the key for the main door. I guess I'll have to wait till tomorrow.
Get out of here!
Huh?
You're putting us all in danger. You are death!
Leave me alone.
It's the curse. The curse. It's gonna get you.
Get out of here.
Oh, we got drunk.
Death! I told him.
Great. So I'm deaf. That's the only piece of information I've picked up on this trip so far. And now, back to the hotel? Or is there anything else for me to find out here?
I don't know, I guess go back to the hotel for the night. There's nothing else for me to do here. Oh, yes.
Hello, Miss Valley. It's a small world.
Darren, nice to... yes, who'd have thought it?
Is everything alright?
Me? Yes, why? I mean, why not?
You seem a bit nervous.
Oh, no. I'm just with Murray about... I just see ghosts. It's just the 12 years, you understand.
No.
And how could you? You aren't... I mean, every 12 years... Every 12 years, something terrible happens. In the village, in the castle, in the forest. Dreadful things.
Miss Valley, can I somehow...
Oh... oh no. Please excuse me. It's just that a lot has happened recently, and I thought... Never mind.
No. What did you think? And what's it got to do with this 12-year cycle?
It's got nothing to do with you. Fortunately. I have to go.
Miss Valley!
Oh, Miss Valley.
What's wrong with her? She seems to have some serious problems. But so have I. Still no trace of Angelina. Perhaps I'll get some brilliant idea tonight. Good evening, Murray. What have you got there?
A letter for your friend.
A letter for Angelina? Unlikely. Who knew that she was here?
But that's what's written on it. Miss Angelina Morgan, Golden's Palace. It was posted somewhere very close to here. Yesterday, I would assume.
Will you give me the letter? It could be important.
Indeed, it could. Important for Miss Morgan.
Give me the damn letter. I got it.
You've got to restrain yourself, young man. This letter is addressed to Miss Morgan. And I'm not going to breach the sanctity of the post.
Murray! Angelina has been missing since yesterday. No one in the village has seen her. Maybe she's been kidnapped. Have you considered that?
Perhaps she's on a day trip and doesn't want anything more to do with you. Have you considered that? I must think of the hotel's reputation. I'm not going to give you the letter.
But...
there's my next objective here. Good night though, Ambazine. Thanks for stopping by. And we'll catch you again tomorrow, I
Is
would
there anything
imagine.
else I can do for you, sir?
Thank you. You've done enough already.
Alright.
There goes my night's rest. I've got to have that letter. It's gonna move things on. I can feel it.
Oh yes, I imagine it will. It's gonna be a long set of puzzles here. So I'm going to bed, right?
I'm not gonna allow myself a nap while I still haven't found Angelina.
Well, there's only one place left to go. I do believe the pub is now open. Yeah, we've gone through this third chapter without any puzzles yet. Let's talk to this guy.
That's the bum who grabbed me at the museum. Poor crazy loser. Brain's probably totally picked. Hey, what's all that supposed to be at the museum? Hey, you know me?
You are the Antichrist.
Oh!
Yeah, and you're just a little soft in the head, right?
You can't deny it. It's in you. It's in your veins, in your heart, in your head.
What's in me?
The evil spirit.
Oh, that's enough. Your head is full of crap, marinated in alcohol.
Can you feel it? The menace? The evil?
Oh, get off.
Oh, this crazy old drunk man. Alright, let's head into the pub here. What we got here?
If I remember correctly, darts was invented here in England. Or was it Ireland? The Brits seem to have a talent for coming up with all these weird games and sports. Golf, billiards, soccer, darts, and all those crazy horse sports.
A map here.
A map of the surrounding district. Looks like the places where the murders took place are marked on it too.
Oh, I'll probably send my postcard.
At first glance, it looks like there's plenty of alcohol. Look closer and you can see that nearly all the bottles are empty. I wouldn't be surprised if Tom's his own best customer. Mainly English, Scottish, and Irish specialties. Whiskey, gin, and so on.
What?
Well, I'm no beer glass expert, but these glasses don't look all that British. I've seen glasses like that in pictures of the Munich Beer Festival. Maybe Tom likes German beer. And likes to serve it German style, too.
Alright. Talk to the tourist too.
Have you seen anything else interesting?
Yes, we were allowed to look at the castle today. That was really great. The ruins are totally creepy.
But the chili we ate was even better. It was the most delicious I've ever eaten. The trip was worth it, was that alone?
Oh. I should try that too.
I came all the way here for chili. That is a long way for chili.
The ghost?
There are no ghosts. We searched the castle thoroughly.
At least the garden.
No ghosts.
I thought so. Well, enjoy the rest of your holiday.
Thank you, you too.
Alright, let's talk to this tourist too.
I wouldn't know what to talk about with these two.
So one tourist is the same as the other tourist, alright?
A pinball table. Like everything else around here, looks a bit second-hand. Now let's see. High score. First place?
Tom.
Second place? Tom. And so on. Ninth place? Vic. Interesting.
Let's give talk to Bobby here, and then we'll talk to Tom.
Good evening, Bobby.
Hi, Darren.
Shops.
Tell me, these things that you had to help your brother with.
I don't do that anymore.
It's all right, Bobby. You don't want to do anything illegal, but I have to crack a lock, and I don't know how.
I don't know how either. Tom knows that kind of thing. I only kept watch and carried things.
All right then. I'll ask Tom.
Tom shouldn't do bad things anymore either. I'm earning money now as well.
Don't worry. I won't ask him to do anything illegal.
Alright.
Huh?
Talk about
I need to open a locked cupboard. Could you help me with that?
Me? What makes you think that?
Bobby said something.
The fat idiot ought to keep his gob shut.
Now then, can you help me out?
Call a locksmith. You can buy drink from me, nothing else.
I need to open a locked cupboard.
Me? The fat idiot.
Now
Call
then.
a locksmith.
Let's have a beer, Tom.
Sure, if you're all paying for them both. Just 'cause I own the place doesn't mean I drink for free.
Sure, that's a no-brainer.
Alright, now that we're sharing a beer, let's go and we'll ask him again about picking
What's
locks.
up? Why aren't you drinking?
I'm not so fast.
Haha, Yanks, can't handle proper beer, eh?
Tom, you didn't want to have a drink today.
Shut your gob, spacko.
You're supposed to be real handy, so I've heard.
There's something in that. My dad had a workshop. I used to help him a lot. I was already tuning mopeds even at 10 years old.
Really? I've got two left hands. I can't even crack a simple lock.
Nice try, but I'm not that boozed up. And I'm not an idiot like him over there.
Alright, give him another beer.
Why don't you have yourself another beer? It's on me.
You don't have to ask me twice.
Please don't.
Alright, give him a second beer.
Now tell me, Tom, just theoretically speaking, how could I crack a lock in an old safe?
They're not so easy to crack. For a start, you need the right tool.
And that would be...
a lock-picking tool.
Aha. And only theoretically speaking, I could get one of those from you?
Do you think I'm a burglar?
I think you'll want the 50 pounds that I'll give you for it.
Get out of it. Go on. Off with your mate, Bobby. You make a lovely couple. A right pair of tots.
70 pounds?
I want 200 quid.
I haven't got that much.
Loser. Then you're not getting that tool. You're all losers. Just using me.
Of course.
I'd
You're
like
a
to
more
bet
beer.
you couldn't drink 3 pints back to back.
You pay, I'll prove I can.
Okay. Go.
Alright, give him 3 pints.
There you are.
I somehow suspected that wouldn't be a problem for you.
Now his head's on the table.
Are you a burglar, Tom?
What bollocks? It's all lies. You don't get decent people stealing.
Exactly. Then you also don't need a lock-picking tool then. Do you, Tom?
Peace off, you wanker! Get out! Give me some peace! Off you go! And take that idiot with you too!
I'm only going once you've given me that tool. Here, 50 pounds, and I'll bring it back to you.
It's not my fault, you know. It's Bobby. If he wasn't like he is, things would be better. They all left me on my own. They only left me that animal. How could a decent person get on like that? With such a millstone around their neck?
The tool, Tom?
Alright.
Not my fault.
I'll take him home.
I'm really sorry, Bobby.
It's okay, Darren.
Alright, so we got the lock-picking tool so we can get in the lockbox to get that letter.
I feel like the world's biggest asshole.
That's because you are. That's because you are. And let's go back to Gordon's place. And I think I will save it and we'll wrap it up here. And we will finish this off, finish this chapter off tomorrow night. So thanks everyone for coming. And if you have not yet, feel free to follow me here on Twitch and on Twitter. And we'll be playing this again probably tomorrow night at about 7 p.m. And if you're interested in Wizardry, I will be playing that as well at 1 p.m. Eastern tomorrow afternoon. So let's see who we can raid here tonight. So let's see here. We're gonna give Game Life Game a raid. He's playing some Quest for Glory. So let's do that. So we could say, hercxena Ray did his hard work finding missing people who have been taken by a hidden cult. So, thanks again, everyone, for coming, and I will catch you guys again tomorrow.